Hi, everybody. Welcome to CC in the City, another episode. And today we were going to be talking about health, fitness, and wellness. And my special guest is Candice Camille. Hi, Candice. How are you?
Hi, Camilla. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much for coming on our show. Now, you describe yourself as a wellologist. Explain to us what that is.
Oh, wellologist, something I made up, but it's actually the #1 question that's asked on the Candice Camille website. Basically, you put it together, you got well. We know what well means, it's being well. An ologist is like the study of, or you teach somebody to be well. Instead of just a health coach, I didn't want to be known as that simply because it's so much to being well than just working out and just eating right. There's a whole pie that I call it of all the pillars that you have to cross to be well. It's your physical limb, your mental limb, your spiritual limb, your financial limb, your purpose and passion. I think that we need to work in those simultaneously, daily, in order to be well. And that's one of the things that I teach you how to do, just going across all the wellness pillars, not just the two.
Now, explain your background. You were a respiratory therapist.
Oh, for now, about 28 years, again, taking care of patients that had respiratory problems, that couldn't breathe, for smokers, emphysemic patients, chronic lungers, which is COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. For the patients that you see on the breathing machines or tubes down their mouth, that's what I did,
Now, you decided to open up a spa, which we're in. Explain to me why you decided to do that.
Well, back then I was doing it as a patient, but about 20 years ago I was diagnosed with throat cancer, tracheal cancer. So, and it wasn't looking so good back then. So they actually, told me that certain things that I would have to do for surgery to actually remove the cancer. But the odds were that I was going to wind up to be one of my patients, that I would have a trach, I most likely would be on a ventilator, so my life drastically would change. Had young children back then, so I said, no, I don't want the surgery. So I opted out of the surgery. Actually, I opted to die, because that's pretty much what they said. And, at the time I was married, so my husband, of course, wanted to go for the surgery. And I said, absolutely not. And he was like, no. Did you hear what the doctor said? And I heard him just fine. But I did not want to become one of my patients, nor did I want my children at the time to have to live that life. So we went home to prepare for death.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
So what changed?
I changed my mind. Women have a reason, we can change our mind. But all jokes aside, I went home preparing for death. But then I wanted to know, as I got sicker and sicker, because it did get really, really bad before it got worse. So I did go through the chemo, the radiation, and some of that stuff. But I learned the power of really taking care of the body through movement and food. So back then, of course, I couldn't move, but I learned everything there was about the medicine that I took, all the derivatives, what it was made of, what kind of food I had to eat. So I probably read about 1.5 million books on what heals the body in terms of food. And I went to work that way slowly. Back then we had, I think it was called Isocal, or something that you had to drink when you were going through the chemo and all that, so the food didn't stay down. But I knew for sure, just from my background, athletics and school and stuff, that the only way to make the body strong was through nutrition and movement. And if I wanted to live, that's what I had to do.
Well, I'm glad you decided to live.
Yes.
Now, you have this health and fitness, and you've been through a personal experience with this. What do you say to people right now who are watching this who say, I don't have the will to live. I don't want to live. I'm just tired. I want to quit. I want to give up. I just want to go.
Then I would say, really? Because if that's the case, then just go. I really would. Simply because if you've made that decision, because at the end of the day, you got to fight like hell for your life. And you have to want to do it. So was it easy? Absolutely not. It was hard, but then you have to find your reason why. Back then, we hear a lot about why. Why are you doing it? What's your big why? Back then, it really was for my children. They were younger, and even then I was angry with God because of the life that I lived. So just to give you the backdrop of it, going through child abuse, I was homeless, so I dealt with domestic violence, and God who? There was no God, because what did I do? So angry with them. But then when I understood that God wasn't outside of me, he was in me, that it was a feeling and it was this energy, that it was this spirit that I summed up to talk to and start to believe, that's what changed my mind in a sense of how I start to live in a harmonizing way. You know, I got to know God, you know, and I prayed on it.
Where do you get the time?
Oh, it's part of my life. I make the time. And that goes back to priority. Is it a priority for you? Are you a priority for you? You know, we give so much time to our jobs, our children, our husbands, what we're doing, our careers, but are you really giving yourself your time? So it's important to you. Are you important to you? Because at the end of the day, when we get 50, 60, 70 years old, you're going to wish you did this stuff. Because you're talking about just life stuff. I can't get up off the toilet. I can't get up. You know, I can't move. Everything hurt. You're going to want to make sure that back when you 30, 40 years old, I didn't start this journey till I was about 38, 39. You know, right now, I have a daughter that's 40 and a son that's 36. Yeah, I had him when I was 2, but no worries. My disclaimer.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, being this age now and a legal senior citizens, right now, I still can do anything I want in terms of movement, feeling good. I run marathons. I teach running classes. I'm a coach. you know, simply because I decided that I wanted to be well.
Now, what is the second thing you did once you decided to live? And no, you did the research, so that's second. What's the third thing that you decided to do?
Move. I decided to move. You have to remember, back then I was bedridden, so there was no movement. You know, my husband did everything, cleaned me up, you know, everything, you know, so I wanted to move. So one of my biggest quotes is Martin Luther King: if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. And I did all of that. I started crawling, and then I'm running.
Candice, you were really sick.
Yeah. You know, in terms of just movement, which is the biggest thing, and I think when I released God in me, the next morning after I had said the prayer, I literally fell on the floor out of bed, and, you know, my husband come running in the room, and he's, "How'd you get on the floor?" And I told him God threw me on the floor.
Okay.
But in that moment, I tried to crawl. You know, there was no movement. So, and that was my belief in God, because before then I didn't move by myself without somebody helping me. So to actually get out of the bed and fall on the floor, I dare say to describe it, it just hurt so good, because it never happened in a very long time since then. So getting on the floor, I literally tried to crawl to go to the bathroom. Didn't quite make it, was a hot mess all over, but at the end of the day, there was movement. So from that day forward, I still needed the help, but I started to move on my own, and I got stronger, and I got stronger, and I got stronger, because every day I had aides. I would just make them get me up out the bed, help me to walk. I would fall down, I would crawl, I wouldn't let you bother me. I wanted to get to the bathroom. The biggest thing was for me to get to the bathroom by myself. You know, so, and over time, and it took weeks, you know, to actually be able to get it. But one day I crawled all the way to the bathroom and got up on the toilet. That's huge.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that was a big deal for me. And from that day forward, I just progressively got better to just movement, to standing up, a little crippled a little bit walking. I remember my husband was a hoverer, you know, so because again, in his mind, that I'm dying. So he just hovered. But he still went to work, and I had aides that came in and took care of me. So I used to tell him, if they told my husband what I did, I was gonna have him fire.
Is it mind over matter? It's all in the mind?
It is all in you. It's all mine. Your mind. You change your mind, you change your life.
How? How do I change my mind? How do I like to kick my legs? How do I like to run? How do I like to do a sit-up? How do I like not to eat the burger but eat the salad? How?
Well, first of all, you got to make a decision. You're already at a point where I don't want to do it, I don't like it. So again, that's
You
just
don't have to tell people that, but go ahead.
So you come in with the stuff.
Right.
You know, it's like, and a lot of the times that we got to get rid of some stuff,
right,
and some old behaviors and learn some new ones,
right,
but we got to want it.
Right.
So you have to really, really ask yourself, even when you talk about that big why, ask yourself, you know, do I want to be well? Because obviously you don't if you stay there.
But Candice, it hurts.
Right.
And it takes time. And it's hard.
That's all in your mind. And then there's no such thing as that's what you think. So you're talking about what I call, let me ask you this question, right? Mm-hmm. When you got up this morning, did you go pee?
Yes.
Okay, did you think about it?
No.
Then wellness should be like that. Then you being well should be just like that. It should require no thought whatsoever. It should come systematically, automatically. But the thing about our behaviors, right? We're taught differently. So you got to let some of that stuff go. And you got to relearn some stuff. You really, really have to relearn to fall in love with yourself. You know, we fall in love with men. You know how it is when we get around the men, mm-hmm, you know? Mm-hmm. They got some power. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why can't you take that same power and pull it into yourself?
If you were to tell me today, I start today,
okay,
what is the first thing I should do?
Fall in love with yourself. It should be, I have this thing where I call it orgasmic wellness, right? And that is a feeling. So we know what orgasm.
Orgasmic wellness. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
because we know what that feeling is, right?
Yeah.
So everything in life should feel, wellness should feel just that good, right? So
It don't feel like that.
well, that's because you have not made it feel like that. See, for me, life is orgasmic. I have this feeling every day. So, and that's what you have to relate it to. So if is that what you're looking for, then why not get it? So we're become this microwave society. Mm-hmm. You know, we want it now. I want to push a button. I want to take a pill. Mm-hmm. Like, are you serious? Mm-hmm. You don't want to do any work?
And we're so busy.
Oh, busy doing nothing. If you were to do a 24-hour timeline of your time, you got time in there. See, because we overthink we have to do more, and we don't. It doesn't take an hour to a day to some movement. So, I developed the Plank Talk Challenge. I'm asking you for 1 minute. You here to tell me that you do not have 1 minute to give yourself an amazing feeling and to be better for the rest of your life.
You got to get up. You got to fix breakfast. You got to get the kids off to school. You got to go drop the kids off. You got to make sure they get there. You're stuck in traffic for 2 hours. You got to get to work. You got a proposal that needs to be done. Then you got to get to lunch. Then you got to do that. By the time you get home, you're tired.
And you're trying to say what? In between there's no time for you? So let me ask you this question, right? Mm-hmm. If there was no you, would you be doing that? And how are you going to continue to do that if you are out of order?
Don't be asking me questions on my show. No, that's a good question, though. That's a good question. I can't imagine me I just can't see that time. I'm just trying to find it.
You don't want it. It's nothing to find. It's something to be. Because you cannot even do this thing. Mm-hmm. You really have to be this thing. Mm-hmm. You have to make it such a systematic part of your life. Mm-hmm. And it has to be that important to you. So just like all those things that you mm-hmm. just said, mm-hmm. they're important to you, mm-hmm. right? But you're not important to you. Mm-hmm. So at what point are you going to be important to you? I'm important to me. There's God, then there's me. And all that other stuff that you said, mm-hmm. I do that too. Mm-hmm. But I really do come first. And I don't look at it as being selfish. I do it unapologetically. Because things in your life will be better if you do that. The things that happen to you, like this thing called happiness, is I have it. It's such a natural state of being, my energy, simply because I decided that I wanted this feeling.
Now, Candice, my question is that guilt. I feel guilty when I don't take care of other people.
Ooh, that's the #1 disease of women. That's why I love testosterone, by the way. Estrogen, testosterone.
Okay.
Simply because, and it is a disease, and you have to give yourself permission to really, really take care of you. Because you think about it, is that all this stuff that we're giving out, they're not better if we're not better. Do you get that? Mm-hmm. Because even if you look at your whole life in part and everything that's going on with you, mm-hmm. they're not better. Mm-hmm. You're not good, they're not good. So everybody is feeling guilty and nothing is getting done and nobody's well.
Should people do it in corporate as a family?
Oh, that's one of the biggest ways that it will work. So that's where you're teaching. So when I go back to when I was sick, when I started eating better, so did my family. So now I have these grandchildren from the ages of 20 to 5. They drink green juice.
Wait a minute, you got grandchildren 20?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm not hating on Candice, y'all. She just looks good. That's all I'm saying. Oh, wow. Okay, so now we talk about eating. In the morning, what is the first thing that you recommend outside of your doctors and all those things that a person should drink or eat to get them going?
Warm lemon water. Yeah, look at that face.
I know. I was just like,
but you know why, though?
Why?
Because it sets your stomach up for all the crap that you may be putting it in later.
Okay.
You know, and that's simply because it's alkaline, right? So we want to make sure that our body is always at an alkaline state. You know, acid versus, you know,
Can I
alkaline.
just do alkaline water?
If the rest of you is not alkaline, it's a waste of money.
Oh. Okay, I'm looking for shortcuts. Okay, go ahead.
There's no shortcuts to being well.
Okay.
You know, so that's the first thing that I would say. It's if not water. You know, I think if when one foot get out of the bed after you pee, you should just put it back in, like with 8 ounces of water. You know, because again, that sets your body up for what's to come for today. And you look at it as we get older as a lubricant. You know, you're lubricating your muscles. You know, nothing to start popping and squeezing. You know, you got like it's like oil in your car.
Now, what about apples, bananas, cherries, all those things?
Well, they're all fruit, which is very, very good. And then when we talk about sugar and you talk about
That's what we were saying,
diabetes,
sugar.
they're natural fruit sugars. It's nothing added. You know, so again, with the movement, and that kind of turns the sugar to fuel, you know, the fat to fuel and the sugar. So you're talking about very natural things that you're eating. You're not eating something out of a can, not fruit out of a can, not fruit out of a jar. You're talking about something that you can go pick off a tree and put it in your mouth. And yes, it is good for you. But just like anything else, overindulgence, too much of anything is not good for you. So you still, in terms of fruits and vegetables, you should be eating 9 to 13 servings a day. How many people do that?
Nobody I know. Nobody I know. Now we didn't talk about expensive. How expensive natural stuff is, because you go to you go to one of these places, and you buy all this natural stuff. It costs money.
Well, you're gonna pay now, or you're gonna pay later, so you get to decide. But on that note, let's just think about what we pay for what we put on our bodies. We don't think twice before we go buy a purse. We don't think twice before we put good gas in our car outside. Little hot rods outside say it take premium. Don't care if it go to $6 to $8 a gallon, you're gonna make sure it's in your car. Why don't you take that same mentality and put it towards your body? Because at the end of the day, your body is the only place you got to live. So why not put premium in your body just like you put premium on the outside of your body?
Now, what about supplements, vitamins, herbs, things that people take as in addition to the workout and the diet?
I mean, are they necessary? In this day and age, absolutely yes. Simply because we probably need about 80 minerals from the foods and stuff that we eat, but because of the toxics in our soils of today, we probably getting about 4. So 480. So yes, you really need to supplement with the vitamins and stuff. I agree with that.
Now, you should really find out exactly what vitamins you're taking, because some of those have the artificial stuff in it. You really need to go to specialists, make sure they're not regulated. I don't think the vitamins are.
Well, they're not regulated, but they're still, you know, the food. You should have things that's food bound. But if you look at some of the vitamins and stuff that's standardized, they're stressed, they got chemicals in it. So you want to be very, very cautious about your reading and what it is that you're putting in your vitamin, because they're all not good for you. So you have to find something, and I would say no specific one, but stay on the food bound side. So if you pick up a vitamin, read it and see exactly what's in it. See if there's food in there.
Oh, I was going to say, what's the food bound?
Yeah.
So you can buy a vitamin that may have X amount of kale, X amount of carrots, X amount of whatever.
That have food in it, that you can read it, that it doesn't say chemicals, that it actually says food. Because if you go to some of the natural food stores and stuff and read the vitamin packs, you'll read them and they actually have food derivatives that's in it.
Where do we get our minerals? We're going to get those from supplements, or we're going to get those directly from the food?
You get both. You can get them from both because they're in it. So you're talking about your antioxidants. So you're talking about getting rid of the free radicals that's in your body. So you get that from antioxidants, and that's mostly from your fruits and your vegetables and stuff like that. So that's where you want to go. That's why it's so important to eat, 9 to 13 servings a day, because those are all the things that that's fighting. Now free radicals, I call them, little Pac-Mans in your body, that's eating on your cells. So they break down your cells, and that's where you get where the diseases form at. So you want to try to eat as much as things to free that up so your cells can stay whole versus broke down.
Now, we did talk about you have the 8-doctor program, and let's talk more about the 8-doctor program.
Oh, so can you imagine visiting 8 doctors per day?
Yeah,
Can you?
I have.
Per day, you've gone to 8 different doctors.
I think I got 8 doctors. I've gone to 8. I might have went to 4, but go ahead.
But you know, and they're rhetorical because I think I call them my doctors because I call those are my healing components. So and one of it is doctor meditation, you know, because a lot of times we're busy. You talked about it. You're so busy that we don't take the time to be still, you know. And I think there's such a richness in just being still, you know. So that's one of them. And of course,
Being still.
Being still.
You mean just calm, still?
Still.
Meditation or just
Yes.
still?
Meditation is being still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then there's Dr. Spirit. I think there's a higher source that you got to connect into in order to function through your day. You know, you're always getting your power. Like, who's your power source and where's that power coming from? Yeah.
Spiritual.
Just spiritual.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the connection. The other one is Dr. Nutrition. Now, we talked about the food because I tell you, changing your body is 80% food. 80%.
What if you like a double cheeseburger?
So get you a real good cheeseburger. So I don't have anything against cheeseburgers. I have stuff against processed. So get yourself a really good cheeseburger. I'm going to say get you a piece of filet mignon. Have the butcher just grind it up, just that. Don't add nothing into it. And get you a nice, good cheeseburger. Now, for the cheese, same thing. I think being well is being whole. You got whole meat, you got whole cheese, not any of this processed stuff.
Well, where you get this burger from? You get a good cheeseburger. Wait a minute, you said go and get the butcher to cut the steak up and put the cheese in. What do what?
Well, not the cheese. I mean, you get when I say tell a butcher to get you a really piece of good meat, free range. You know, you don't want stuff that's where they feed them all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
I do organic. So when I say get a piece of good meat, it's the same thing as that you're putting good gas in your car.
Okay.
So you want to get like really, really good foods. So if steak is your thing, if you're a carnivore,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
because that's your thing.
I like
because,
you now.
Yeah, because one of the things about life is that your life is not my life.
Right.
And there is a formula specifically for you, and that's what I teach, right? Your formula. You know, so we're going to find Camilla's formula. We're
Okay.
going to find her thing.
Okay.
You know, because you got your thing. It may not be running. So if meat's your thing, oh, we get you some good meat, some good cheese.
Okay.
And girl, you can go for it, go at it. But here's my take on food and being
Okay.
nutrition. It absolutely have to be orgasmic. Look, when you're eating, it's pleasurable, right?
Right.
So it needs to be like, if you're going to eat that hamburger, it needs to be something that your head go back. You get that warm and like
You
that.
squish your toes up.
Curl your
Yeah.
toes, you know.
Yeah.
That's what
That's what I'm
eating
talking
needs
about.
to be
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, real
you
good
know?
stuff.
Some real good stuff. So if that burger give you that, oh chick,
It
yes,
does.
go in.
Yeah.
Go deep in.
Okay.
You know, so
how about potatoes? Potatoes with it?
well, now the potato doesn't give it for you. But now you have to wonder now when you talk about white potato versus a sweet potato versus a purple potato. See, because now we're talking about being well.
Okay.
See, because now you got to just open up. So you got to
Okay.
get open to new stuff. Because the one thing about a blue potato, it tastes just like a white potato, but it has more flavonoids in it. So it's better
Oh,
for you.
okay.
So you have to know that there's something different than the white stuff that we're used to.
Okay.
You know, so you have to get open to doing different for better.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what food is. So Dr. Nutrition, oh, he's orgasmic in my life.
Okay. The next doctor.
So the next doctor is Dr. Exercise. So
the one I don't like.
see, that's why you don't like him, so he does not like you back.
Oh!
You gotta be open and let the man in.
What? Okay.
You gotta let him in.
How does he look?
How's he look? So let me describe him. Let me see now. I'm like at this age, I'm cougarous, so I'm gonna dare say, so he about 42, 43. But you see, in order to deal with me, you got to be in shape. So I'm gonna run all over you.
He got 8-packs, 6-packs.
He better.
He's 6 foot tall.
6'2".
6'2".
6'2".
Kinda
But no, he just needs to be well.
Okay, just gotta be well.
He needs to be well.
Okay.
He needs to be willing to
Okay.
be well. Because if you're going to be in my space, there's no other way.
That's right.
There really is no
You
other
are
way.
what you attract.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is no way. Or if you come in my
Rick
space.
Ross could not ask you out.
Yeah,
Tell the
he
truth.
could because I'll turn him well.
Okay. Okay, you will have, okay.
I'll just turn him well, you
Okay,
know. So,
okay.
And what I got to offer, he may want to come on and be well.
Yeah, I hope he watches. Yeah, he'll watch this. Okay.
You know, so and that's what it is.
Okay.
So and that's about the food, and then you're talking about Dr. Hydration.
Okay.
That's another one. So that's water. You know, water is so important in
What
our life.
kind of water?
The one that come out the faucet.
Oh, because no, I was in the store and this lady was like, spring water, drinking water, it's all this water. What kind of water?
The one that come out the faucet.
Just some water?
Just some water. And besides that, this bottled water, I just think it's capitalization in effect. And I think
do too.
All
Packaging.
We've all been bamboozled in it all.
Just water.
Just water. And not only that, the water that comes out of the faucet got the minerals, especially for kids. It's got the fluoride. It got the things that we need in our body that's not in the bottle. And even when you talk about what's in a bottle, it's a plastic bottle where the properties get decreased that goes into the water that you're putting in your body. So it's a whole
Just some water.
It's just some water. Like, drink the water.
All this time.
Yeah, so you don't have to pay for
I
water.
get confused when I
It's
go
free.
getting water.
Now, some of them got a nice little taste to it. Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
But the only thing it is, to be perfectly honest with you, it's convenient. Nothing else.
That's it, yeah, because it's the bottle, you grab
You
and go.
grab it and go.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's convenience.
Just some water.
Just some water.
I don't have to put a filter on my water.
How much water should you drink now? You know, it changes over decades as we do it, but the basis is 64 ounces.
That's 8 bottles. Or
8 bottles of water. But
gla-
in terms of working out, exercise, body proportions, they say you really should be drinking half your body weight, and if you're athletic, plus 15. So if you're 200 pounds, you should be drinking like a gallon of water a day.
Yeah, right.
You know, so but the thing about it is that here's what I've learned lately is that when you're talking about the color of your urine, it should be just
Clear.
beyond white, not clear,
Okay.
not totally clear, because totally clear means you're over it. You're putting too much pressure on your kidneys.
Okay.
You know, so it's like just a little bit of yellowish.
Just a
you know, if
little
it's too dark and got a stench to it, get some water in you.
Okay. How about your poo-poo smell? What color should that be? Should your poo be green, brown?
Depends on what you're eating.
Oh, so it doesn't
So
have.
if you ate
so
something
it could
green,
be
it's gonna come
brown.
out green.
It could be green.
If you ate something
I'm
green,
not
it's
red. No.
you better go get yourself checked out.
That's another situation.
Go get
Okay, I'm
checked
just
out.
asking because you mentioned that. Okay.
But consistency in terms of poop, if we're going to
You're
talk about
supposed to be
poop,
regular,
you're
right.
regular.
Fiber.
You're talking about your fibers and a lot of the things with the diet, like the more protein we eat, the more constipated we're going to be.
Oh.
You know, because you shouldn't take carbohydrates and all that stuff out of your diet. There's no food group that you should take out. You need carbs to give you energy.
Okay.
You find yourself, you know, you're not with your good complex carbs and you're tired all the time. It's because you have not fed your body any energy. So now your body is eating on your muscles because it's like, okay, this chick ain't feeding me. I need to eat something. So it's eating away at you. So now you're tired. So you're not feeding your body. So it's holding on and feeding itself. And it pretty much goes into protection because, you know, you talked about your midsection. You know, I always looked like that as a cover, like your body is protecting you from you. Because if you think about it, this is where all of our vital organs are.
Right.
So when you don't do the things that you're really supposed to do for the body to keep it well, it creates inflammation. But basically what it's doing, and it's wrapping you up, protecting your organs, you know, from you until you can unwrap itself. So are you ready to unwrap?
Next doctor.
Next doctor is air and sunshine.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, air and sunshine. You need to get out. You know, it's so many pills or whatever you can take for vitamin D. There's so many healing properties in the sun. You get out, you breathe the oxygen, open up your circulatory system, get you breathing.
It's
get in the air.
dangerous out there. No. You might get mugged.
So can I just talk about the excuse bag for 1 second,
Okay,
and I'm
go
gonna give
ahead.
you another doctor, you know? See, because you gave me like 9, 10 excuses, you know, of why you can't take care of you, and it's you. You know, I call that an excuse bag. So we dip in it. I should have brought my bag so I can take all your excuses and keep
put
them
it in
with
there?
me and keep them. Now you got no more excuses, because that's what it is. They're excuses.
Okay.
You're making up reasons. I had to come up with a word. I think I came up with confabulation. And what it is that true lies you done told yourself. So we done told ourselves so many lies, it becomes our truth. You know, the truth of the matter is you just don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. So own your fat.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you have to say, you know, this is gonna be it. I'm not gonna be any better. I don't want to live a good life. And that's just the nature of the beast. But then that's selfish of you.
That is selfish of me. I should think about others.
So in the last doctor,
The
was
last doctor.
certainly not least. No, it's 2 more. This social fun. I think we should always have fun.
Yes,
you know,
fun
you
is
should do
good.
it daily. I ask everybody, when was the last time you just had a belly busting laugh? And do you do it often? Yeah, so we don't do it often enough. I think as adults, we miss that plaything. We miss that thing, the play. You know, I operate from age 8 to 80 on any given day.
Wow.
Yeah, because my 8-year-old self keeps me very energetic, very playful. My 80-year-old chick let me know, oh, chick, we looking good.
Your 80-year-old chick.
Oh, I got an 80-year-old chick on the inside of me that let me know that we are looking good. Like, matter of fact, we raised it up. So we raised it, so because I think I'm gonna live to like 150.
I think you are too.
Yeah. So in the last doctor is doctor sleep, rest. And that's what we don't do. And when you talk about your stressors or whatever that's making you gain weight, and it's true, you literally gain weight while you sleep.
Now I'm going to ask you something personal, and I don't like to be in people's business, but I do. Because you look so good, and you're a single woman, are you available?
Very.
And if a man wanted to get to know you, he would have to know exercise and fitness, right?
Not particularly, because that's my thing. You know, everybody is so different.
Oh, a fat man can't talk to you. Stop
yeah, he could.
it.
He can be my client.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right, you fat guys. Listen. But wait a minute. He could be your client, but he could approach you. But I'm just saying, a guy that approach you as interest, he would have to look good and exercise and be in shape.
He would have to feel good.
Fat guys feel great about themselves. Fat people are very arrogant. They feel good about themselves.
But see, I'm not talking about that. When I say that, it have to feel
No,
good.
they come in the club and take over the club. They run the club.
Well, see, that's probably a whole nother issue that they're dealing with, though.
I don't
That's
know.
another
They tell
mental
skinny people go home. They
But
let
this
people
is
take
true.
over.
They do. They can tell you to go home, but are you going to listen? See, the thing
Well.
is, see, I hang with the best of them.
Okay. Okay.
But the thing about it, that's their
So
own
fat women don't intimidate you?
Oh, absolutely. Nobody intimidates me.
Okay.
I mean, I get intimidated for certain things, but
Okay.
not when it comes
Big
to...
old butts don't bother you.
And I had one of them. I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
I used to be 215 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So my choice, I chose to be well.
Okay.
But I like my butt the way it is.
But
by
that's
the
what
way.
the rappers sing about: big butts, big this, big. That's what they want.
Choices.
Okay, they have
There's
a
somebody out here that like my butt just the way it is, by the way.
Okay.
But at the end
So,
of
but you are on the market.
but at the end of the day, I like my butt the way it is. So yeah.
You're available on the market.
I'm on the market.
Okay. Any kind of, not any kind of man. What age?
Well, let me think about it now. So I can go on any day. I may be a cougar, so 30 and above.
That's fine. That's fine. 30. Okay, that's cool. So 30 got it going on. And call, okay, I got it. All right. I'm just looking out for you. Now listen, you're gonna demonstrate and show me some things.
What you want to know?
You said you do this plank thing. I see it all on YouTube. Everybody's doing it. I'm like, what are they doing? But I see it, and you're going to show me how to do it.
Well, it's a plank challenge. And what it is that we get on the floor and we just plank. Today, I can plank for like 32 minutes straight. So I will demonstrate a plank.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you're going to do it.
Wait a minute, 32 minutes?
No, you're going to do it a minute. I'm asking everybody in the world, I want the world to plank 1 minute a day. That's all I'm asking for, because if you're talking about your belly right now.
No, I'm not talking about my belly. People on Instagram was talking about my belly.
Well, we talked about your belly today, so how about you give me this? How about you take my 30-day challenge and give me 1 minute of planking every day and video it so I can see it, put it up on, and you only can put 15 seconds on Instagram, but on Facebook you can give me that minute. Put it up on Facebook every day, talk about Camilla, what nugget you want to give me or whatever you want to say. The talking is basically so you can breathe better. But this is a platform where you can get to talk about who you are, what you are, and who you're going to inspire. So would you be willing to take that challenge with me and get down on this floor with me and do a plank?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do this. There you go. But now, relax.
Oh my God.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Just breathe. Relax.
Okay.
In and out.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So now tell me about Camilla. Like, how did she get to be the way that she is?
Oh, girl, you know how it is.
Come on, you were doing
Oh
good.
my God, that is like really painful.
So right here. So here's what you do, right?
Wait a minute, you lifting up too?
So yeah. So relax. Pull your booty down.
Oh my booty.
There you go. So that's straight.
Yeah.
Right there. So just like a plank.
Right.
So but what you want to do is breathe.
Okay.
Squeeze your booty cheeks. Squeeze your thighs.
Oh yeah.
Lift up, lift up.
It's
Lift the
been
body
a
up.
minute since
Right
I've
there.
done that.
Okay, so now just relax. So this is what
Okay.
you do. So you have your camera on.
Okay.
And you're used to being in front of the camera, right?
Right.
So you just look at your camera and
Hey.
you talk to it and say who you are.
I'm
What's your name?
Camilla.
And what are you doing? Lift up, Camilla. You're going down.
I'm
Lift
in
up.
pain.
And that's what it is. And if that's what you are, then that's what you say. Right? And you talk about it. But see, so can you do that for 1 minute every day?
Hell no. I quit.
Come on. You told me on camera, I got proof that you can do this for 1 minute.
Now what is this supposed to be doing for me other than killing me?
It's going to get rid of that belly you talked about.
That's gonna get rid of my belly.
Listen, let me tell you, come 1 minute a day.
I can't take a pill. I can't do that.
Look at
How
this.
about liposuction?
But look at this as you taking your pill. How about that? For 1 minute. Come on back down. So you got it.
You said a minute. I did a minute.
No, that wasn't a minute.
What
I'm
was
saying
that?
27 seconds.
Damn.
So come on, lift up. So you don't want to
Okay.
sink. Lift up.
Wait a
Lift
minute.
up.
I thought Pilates is okay. Wait.
Right there. Now,
Okay.
but listen, all jokes aside,
Okay.
hold your stomach in.
Okay.
Squeeze your booty cheeks.
Okay.
Squeeze your thighs.
This sounds like a date.
That's it. Listen, that'll hold it right where you need it to be. So look.
I was on a date once and this guy said that.
Alrighty then. So see how I think you made it the minute after you thought about that date. But that's basically. So every day,
Okay.
think about the date and get up there and do the plank. How about that?
Okay.
That's all you have to do.
Now, and what
Here you
does
go.
and then what does exactly the plank do? It does what?
Well, it's actually so if I'm a plank, you got to plank with me. So come on back. So basically, here's a go down on your knees like that. Go down and
On my
then
knee?
and stay like that.
Okay.
That's
kind of easy.
a way to do it until you build up your stamina.
Yeah, that's pretty
Right.
Yeah.
But you still got to squeeze your booty cheeks.
Oh.
Right. And hold
Here
your
you
thighs.
go
in.
again. You sure you got a guy?
I guarantee you that I'm not. But basically, it's one of the simplest, most effective, and especially in terms of time consuming.
Yeah.
Because you really shouldn't have to do this no more than 1 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And you will get the best effect to start building your core.
Okay.
Because you know the core is where everything leads from.
Okay.
You know, so once you have a strong core,
Okay.
which is the nucleus of your body,
Okay.
everything will work.
So
everything will get stronger.
Everything goes back in place.
Yes.
When you do this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, it's a start of it. So if
Okay.
you're looking for something simple,
And this is
time
easy.
consuming, I'm here.
Well, it ain't easy, but this is quick. I can do it.
There you go. So you want it convenience, you want it quick.
Right.
So I'm not asking you for 60 minutes.
Okay.
I ain't asking you for 30. I'm asking you for 1 minute a day.
Now, how you gonna know if I'm doing it or not?
You have to video yourself.
Can I lie and use that video and redo it?
No. well, you can, but you'll be lying to yourself, not to me.
Okay.
So you do this for 1 day, and it's called the Plank Talk Challenge, and it is a hashtag.
Okay.
Hashtag Plank Talk Challenge, and you video yourself, right? And you load it up to Facebook.
Okay.
And say what day you're on.
Okay.
And then do it for 30 days. So we're looking for 30 videos, and you'll be done completed. As of today, I'm on this is day 77.
Day 77.
Day 77 for me.
Okay. All y'all out there in TV land, you just heard it. You challenge, do it for 30 days. After 30 days, you get that man, and then that man call you. Who knows? You could be in a Diddy video. You could be in a Puffy video. You might be on Oprah or whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah,
Just
but
go
at the
ahead.
end of the day,
At the end of the day, you're going to look like old girl right here.
no, you won't. You won't look like me. I got the rights to this one over here.
You're going to look good.
But you going to look your best self. I can guarantee if you stay on this journey, if you stay on the journey to just
Now,
be well.
I'm committed to doing it, guys, and you know I don't like to do nothing. So I have committed to doing it, and I'm gonna get the best burger, but I'm gonna be videotaping. I'm gonna be sending it out to you guys. Okay, everybody, you heard the challenge. You heard the plank challenge, 30 days. Candice, Camille, how do we get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me at CandiceCamille.com. And I am on all social media platforms, actually, at The Wellologist. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. So if you take the Plank Talk Challenge, it is hashtag Plank Talk Challenge, and tag me, The Wellologist or Candice Camille, do your video and load it up and put what day you're on. That's all you have to do for 30 days. And if you can get through 30 days, just like anything else, you have created yourself one awesome habit. So it's something that you can take it into your life to start your wellness journey. 1 minute. You got a minute?
And Puffy gonna put you in this video.
And that's just a bonus. We're going after Puffy, by the way, because somebody called Puffy for me.
Thank you, Miss Candice Camille. Don't email me. Don't hashtag me.
Make sure she do her video.
I'm gonna be doing it, y'all.
Thank you.
Oh my God. That's it.
Thank you.
That's it.